Good morning, all. So we'll continue with the next set of examples for getting the absolute maximum shear or absolute maximum bending moment from the influence line diagrams. Okay, for a set of concentrated load. So next example we have, there is a simply supported beam. Okay, which is of 18 meters span. So the span of this beam or girder is 18 meters. The loadings that are coming over the beam, there are four loads, right? They are not equally spaced. So these two have 2 meters between. The last two have 3 meters spacing. Okay. The loads are 100 kilonewton and this is 80 kilonewtons. This is 60 and again this is 80 kilonewton. Okay. So this is how the loading system is and we have to obtain the maximum bending moment, maximum shear force, etc. for this given diagram. Clear? So to start with, I want first to calculate the reactions. My first step is calculating the reactions, right? So let us call this as A, this is B. For me to start or to get the reactions, say RA, I want to get RA. So how do we place the loads? Yes, answer.
towards it.
Towards the A. So 80 will be on A or 100 will be on A?
80.
80 would be on A. So it is something like this, right? So you have your 80 kilonewton here, 60, another 80, and then this is 100, 2 meters, 2 meters, 3 meters. Correct? So this is the placing. 18 minus 2, 16, minus 2, 14, minus 3, 11. So remainder is 11 meters at this end. Right? So to get the value of RA, we draw the influence line diagram for reaction at A. Okay, and this being 1, we need to get the ordinates of the others. Correct? So let's call this as Z1, Z2, and Z3. Right? So 1 divided by 80. Now here distances. This total distance 80. Correct? And this is 2, this is 2, this is 3. Remaining is 11. So we have to get the ordinates first. So 1 divided by 18 will be equal to Z1 divided by this, that is 11 plus 3, 14 plus 2, 16. Okay, so it is going to be Z1 divided by 16. The next 1 divided by 18 will be equal to Z2 divided by, right? And then you have 1 divided by 18 equal to Z3 divided by 11. Again, the values of Z1, Z2, Z3 is
0.88.
Z1 is 0.88. Okay, Z2
0.77.
0.75. Okay, Z3
77.
0.61.
0.77 or 67?
61.61.
0.61.
0.67. Okay. The video is not hanged, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 0.67. So now reaction at A is going to be equal to what? It is going to be the load into the ordinate. So 80 into 1, 60 into Z1, this 80 into Z2, 100 into Z3 will give the reaction at A. So into 1 plus 60 into Z1, that is 0.88, plus how much? Give me this value, please.
Two 59.8.
259.8.
259.8
Ma'am, screen is not visible.
kilonewton. Screen is not visible. Everybody,
Yes, ma'am. It's blur.
it's blurred.
Yes, ma'am, it's blur.
Give me 1 minute. There is this network issue going on. Okay. Parallelly, you people start calculating RB. Let's see. So if you want to calculate RB, you will place all the loads towards RB, right? I want you to start calculating RB. There is some issue with the app.
Ma'am, you can try rejoining again, ma'am. It will come.
No, I actually use the app, DroidCam app is there, to which I connect. The same app is installed in my laptop and my phone. So uh, basically, I'm connecting both of them for the camera purpose. Okay, and I fix it on the table and the book. There is an arrangement made. The app is doing what is, it is zooming in extra, because of which I'm finding it problem. Now it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. This is the actual app, how it works. I mean, how it looks. But previous to this, you were seeing it was zoomed. So I could see only a part of the screen. I don't know why. Each time I have to uninstall and install that. Okay. Quickly we'll do RB. Anybody's done with RB? So for reaction at RB, we place the loads how? the 100 will come over here now. From there, your 80, T, and another 80. Correct? So this is 2, 2, and 3. Remaining distance is 11. When I want to calculate RB, this is the influence line diagram. I need to calculate the ordinates. Call them Z1, Z2, Z3, and this is 1. Right? 2 meters, 2 meters, 3 meters, and 11. So when we get the ordinates, so how do we calculate the ordinates? The 1 divided by 11 will, sorry, 1 divided by 18 will be equal to Z1 divided by 11. Okay. Similarly, 1 divided by 18 is equal to Z2 divided by 13. 11 plus 2, 13. 1 divided by 18 equal to Z3 divided by this distance. That is 13 plus 2 would be 15. So get me the values of Z1, Z2, Z3, please.
0.61.
Z1 is 0.61, Z2
0.72.
0.72, yes, and Z3
0.83.
0.83.
0.83, yes. So once we get the ordinates, reaction at B is going to be 80 into Z1, 60 into Z2, 80 into Z3, and 100 into 1, correct? So 80 into Z1, that is 0.61, plus 60 into Z2, that is 0.72, plus 80 into Z3, that is 0.83, and 100 into 1. What is the value of RB?
Ma'am, 258.4.
258.
258.2 kilonewton. If you see, both the values are very nearer, no? RA is 259, RB is 258. What it tells me? What it tells us? Simply we should solve and finish. That's it. You should also observe. When you have a UDL, you will have your RA and RB always same, no? Pattern of load, uniformly distributed, or when it is uniform. Correct? So now if we wanted to find the shear force. So for shear force, what I had told you? Shear force at a particular point. Say I had given you a point A and B, and C, say at not 8 meters, 2, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, say this is at 8 meters, C, right? And if I had asked you to find the shear force at C, then we did for negative shear force, how we place, how is the loading? If I have negative shear force, how do I place the loads? Please tell me.
A to C.
Near to C. So on C, what load will come?
100.
100. So for negative shear force at C, I'll place this 100 over here, then 80, then 60, then another 81 would be the remainder. Okay. For positive shear force, this is point B, this is point A, this is the point C. If I want to calculate the positive shear force, your last load will be on C. 80, 60, 80, and 100. The textbooks, when you read, they refer, or how they say, if you want to get shear force at C, any point on the beam, say point C. So these moving loads, the moment they enter on the beam from A to this point, AC, in this portion, the moment they enter this portion, you will have a negative shear force. And when they cross this portion C, you will get a positive shear force. This is the statement that is written in the textbooks, if you see. Okay. So using that statement, the moment I'm entering the beam of this AC section. So we keep our first load here and all the other roads towards the AC section. Okay. And here what I obtain, the shear force diagram would be negative. I will only look for negative diagram. This would be 1, and I'll get the ordinates of these and calculate the negative shear force at C. Similarly, when I want to calculate the positive shear force, the loads will cross the point C, and then is when we are going to get the positive shear force. So this is the positive shear force diagram, and based on that, we will get the ordinates for different loadings, and then here I will calculate a positive shear force at point C. Okay, so in our this question, today's question, they have not given us a point C, nor have they asked us, they have not asked us to calculate negative shear force or positive shear force at a particular point C, but they have said that calculate the maximum or and minimum absolute shear force. Now, can you link it to something and tell me what would be the value? If I'm doing at C, I will place them like this. Okay. And they have not asked us at point C, they have not given us any particular point also. Fine. Till now, what we did, we found the reaction RA, okay, using this diagram. And we got a value of RA that was 259 point something. And then we found a reaction at RB, which was 258 point something. Correct? We have found the reactions RA and RB. In reality, when I start drawing the shear force diagram, sign convention is this. You take, if I'm starting from the left side of the beam, upward forces are going to be positive. So when I start, I'll have a RA value here, value. So RA value is our first shear force value at A, that is 259. So this is positive. Right? Plus, minus, plus, minus. My video got stuck again, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? My video is stuck, no? Now it is again open, I think.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So sign convention is here positive, negative, positive, negative. So when I'm starting from the left side of the beam, upward forces are positive and downward forces are negative. The first upward force itself is 259 would be the shear force value at point A. That is what we have done in student materials. Correct? And it is a positive value. Uske baad deductions keep on happening because the loads are coming down. Similarly, if I'm starting from the right side of the beam, my first value would be RB, whose value is how much? 258 point something, right? And when I'm starting from the right side of the beam, upward forces are treated as negative. So the negative value would be minus 258. So when I'm writing about the absolute shear, okay, absolute shear force, maximum positive would be equal to RA, that is 259 point something. And absolute shear force, maximum negative value would be RB, that is minus 258 point something. Okay, when they have not given us a particular point and they've asked us to calculate the absolute shear force, your absolute shear force values are nothing but your RA and RB. Am I clear? Any doubts? They have not mentioned anywhere in the question about a point C which is at a distance. If they have mentioned a point C, you know what is the methodology. You will place all the loads in AC to get the negative shear force. You will place all the loads in CB to get the positive shear force. But if that C is not given and they've asked you for absolute maximum and maximum positive and negative, then your RA and RB are going to be the values. Okay? Any doubt with this? Okay. After this, let us find the bending moment. Okay, absolute bending moment. No C point is given, so I cannot find the bending moment at point C. So I have to directly jump to absolute bending moment value, which is going to be maximum. So directly, what we were doing yesterday, for absolute bending moment, that methodology I have to follow. So what was the first step? We used to find the resultant of the force. How many forces are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Values are 100, 80, 60, and 80. I have to first find the resultant. So resultant R is going to be equal to 80 plus 60 plus 80 plus 100. So 80, 80, 160, 160 plus 60. 220 plus 100 is going to be 320. Am I correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So kilonewton. Your resultant is 320 kilonewton. Next, if I want to find the position of the resultant, right, the distance. So I told you we will be using that Varignon's theorem. So I'll just draw the four loads. So this is 80, this is 60, this is another 80, and then you have 100. The distances are 3, 2, 2. Say I'll call this as point O. Taking the moment of all the forces, and I'll say R is here. Assuming, okay, anywhere it could be. Assuming R of 320 at a distance of X. Right? So assuming this. Okay. So next I have to take the moment of all the forces. So when I take the moment, it is going to be 80 into 0, 80 into 0, correct? 60 into 2 plus 60 into 2 plus 80 into 4 plus 80 into 4. 100 into, how much is this? 7 plus 100 into 7. I took the moment of all these forces at point O will be equal to the moment of the resultant R into X. That is 320 into X. Get the value of X. X would be equal to 80 into 0 would be 0 only. 60 into 2 plus 80 into 4 plus 700, that is 100 into 7 divided by 320. Get me the value of X, please.
3.56.
You're getting 3.56. All of you, please check.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
3.56.
80 into 3. Moment is correct. Okay, fine. Fine. They have taken the moment. If I take the moment at this point, the value of the bending moment, X value changes. So it's okay. X is 3.56 is correct for our case. So we X 3.56 matlab, this is 2. 3 means it has entered here, right? So this distance is going to be 3.56. It is within 4 and more than 2. So between these two loads only it is going to be there. Then the maximum nearer load is what now? 80 kilonewton. Between these two loads is that point, correct? Between the load 60 and between the load 80 is your resultant. These two loads,
Ma'am,
whichever
it's not visible.
is the maximum load, there the maximum bending moment or the absolute bending moment is going. Okay, I think now it is coming.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Now is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry for the inconvenience. I think because of the rains and winds, the network is fluctuating. Okay, where was I? I was here. We have two loads between which the resultant is acting. One is 60, one is 80. So maximum of the two is 80. So it is understood that the maximum absolute bending moment is going to occur at this point 80. Yesterday I told you one methodology. Remember, like we calculated
Ma'am,
the remaining distance. Yes?
Ma'am, it's
not
not
visible.
visible again.
Going black, is it?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Abhi? I'm waving my hand.
Yes, ma'am.
It's not visible?
It's visible,
it's
ma'am, but
blur.
it's blur.
Okay. I get it now. The app people are asking to go for an upgrade, and the upgrade they have kept it as paid. That is why they are playing like this. Let's see, we'll just today for finish. I'll fix this problem by tomorrow's class. I'll do some. Now, what is the status? Visible?
Blur, ma'am.
Blur, ma'am.
It's not clear, huh?
And it's blur.
Writing. Thing is, I can see the screen here. Whatever is visible to you, that will be visible to me on my screen also. It's not showing blur to me. I don't know why.
Ma'am, we are getting little blur, but
Okay. Numbers are not clear, is it?
not that clear, ma'am.
I have restarted that actually. Now check.
Ma'am, now it's kind of visible, ma'am. We can
Visible, no?
recognize the numbers. Yes, ma'am.
Numbers. Okay. We'll just try to finish this example at least today so that this will not become issue, right? I hope it doesn't hang now. So yesterday I was telling you, we found, I told you a method wherein we put this x, right? Then we calculate the distance between two and we place it exactly at center of the beam, right? The same methodology, we can do it in one more way. I'll just tell you the other way. Oh God, what was the value of x we got? X equal to 3.56, no?
Yes, ma'am.
3.56 meters per, we got the position of the resultant. What we can do is, for maximum bending moment, what is the maximum load we calculated, or the maximum load under which we will have maximum bending moment is 80 kilonewton, right? So nearer to 3.56 may these two loads are there, whichever highest, that is 80 kilonewton. So maximum load is 80 kilonewton. Now, for maximum bending moment, this load should be at what distance we have to calculate. You can apply a simple formula, that is L by 2 plus D by 2. I'll tell you what is L and what is D. L is your overall span. L is 18 in our case. Okay. L is our overall span, and this distance D. Now, D is nothing but, if I'm going to calculate from here to here, 3.56 is total. Usme I will remove this distance, that is 2. Okay, so this total is 3.56. Yahan tak it is 2 meters. So what would be this remaining distance from the resultant? So 3.56 minus 2, how much it is? 1.56. Correct? So 1.56 is going to be our D value. So first I'll calculate D. D would be 3.56 minus 2 meters from the side, that is 1.56 meters, right? Therefore, the for maximum bending moment, or for maximum bending moment, this load, that is 80 kilonewton, should be at L by 2 plus D by 2 distance. Okay, that is 18 by 2 plus 1.56 divided by 2. How much is this? This to is 9.
9.7.
9.78.
78.
Okay, this 9.78 meters is your A. I mean, when we calculate moment, we calculate AB by L, remember? So A, yesterday we were finding it up from the diagram after placing it. So instead you can go ahead with this, that 9.78 is the distance of A. Matlab, if I put it in the diagram now, this is your beam. Okay, this is B, this is A. We know here यहाँ पे somewhere is the center that is going to be 9 meters, right? 9.78 मतलब somewhere over here. 9.78 meters is your A distance now. Directly I will get the A. So what would be B value? 80 minus 9.78. कितना?
8.22.
8.22.
8.22 meters. Okay. So this is that point where it is 9.78. On this point is that load that is 80 kilonewton. You can go ahead with this methodology also. 80. Yeah, 80 say 2 meter pe you had 60. From here 2 meters pe you had another 80 kilonewton. And from this 80 at 3 meters, I think you had 100 kilonewtons. Okay. So next when we calculate first moment, so bending moment ideal influence line diagram is going to be like this. Under this load, I will show the peak, right? So this is going to be AB by L, that is 9.78 into 8.22 divided by 18. How much?
4.46.
4.46. So this ordinate is 4.46. I need to calculate the other ordinates at 2 meters, 2 meters, and at 3 meters. I'll have another ordinate. So this is Z1, Z2, and Z3. Get the other ordinates. So 4.46 divided by the total is 9.78. A distance here, this is correct. And this side it is 8.22. That is the B distance, base of the triangle. So 4.46 divided by A, that is 9.78, is going to be equal to Z1 divided by 9.78 minus 4. That is going to be 5.78. Okay, you'll get the value of Z1 here. Similarly, for Z2, it is 4.46 divided by 9.78 equal to Z2 divided by this distance, that is 9.78 minus 2, 7.78. You get the value of Z2. Okay, then for Z3, it is going to be 4.46, or I'll write it down. 4.46 divided by B distance, 8.22, will be equal to Z3 divided by this distance, that is 8.22 minus 3, that is 5.22. You get the value of Z3. Please get me the values of Z1, Z2, Z3.
Ma'am, Z1 is equal to 2.63.
Okay. Correct.
Three point five one.
3.51. Okay.
Two point eight three.
2.8.
0.83. Okay, so these are your ordinates. So once we get the ordinates, how we calculate the maximum absolute bending moment? So maximum absolute bending moment. This will be not at a particular point. We find what point it is. That is this now. It is going to be 80 into Z1, 80 into Z1, 60 into Z2, 80 into 4.46, and 100 into Z3. Correct? I'll write it here. 80 into Z1, that is 2.63, plus 60 into Z2, that is 3.51, plus 80 into the ordinate 4.46, plus 100 into Z4, that is Z3, that is 2.83. Okay, calculate the maximum bending moment.
Ma'am, 1060.8.
060.8 kilonewton meter. 4.49. Okay. Any doubts? So absolute bending moment, this is another method, and I feel this would be easier, directly application of your formula, that is L by 2 plus D by 2. You place the load at
Not visible, ma'am.
Hello. I think I was out of the meeting and I am back. What you can do is all of you please put your USNs in the chat box. And tomorrow we have a class. So we will continue this tomorrow. I mean, this is a different kind of a problem. Tomorrow we will take up one more numerical, little different. UDL and a point load mixed will take. Tomorrow we have class at 11:30. I'll try to fix this problem till then. So you know for your syllabus you will have influence line diagrams, entire unit, right? So tomorrow I will take one more different kind of numerical wherein you have a UDL and a point load. And Monday, Tuesday I might actually keep an extra class also. So be prepared. And sorry for the inconvenience today. You can quit the meeting if you have given the attendance, all of you.